over here!
Are you crazy? You could have killed me!
Crazy? I'm not the one flagrantly violating the rules and regulations of nothing at all.
Huh?
What's your name, sailor?
Guybrush Threepwood, sir.
Now, Mr. Threepwood, what is your business on nothing at all?
I'm just looking around, sir.
Very good, Mr. Threepwood. Now, before I allow you to pass, do you have any questions?
Who the heck are you?
My name is Ricardo Luigi Piatembenga Cheng Nehru O'Hara Casaba III, but you can call me Admiral Casaba.
How'd you get a name like Ricardo Luigi Pierre Mbenga Chang Nehru O'Hara Casaba III?
For generations and throughout the world, the Casaba family has enforced the laws of the seas. As a result, we've picked up an interesting and eclectic variety of in-laws.
What are you doing here?
I have been assigned the singular honor of guarding Ozymandias' commercial interests on Jambalaya Island. To that end, I have rounded up all of Jambalaya's scrofulous pirate trash and transported them to Nothing Atoll, where they will remain until they become productive members of society.
Well, how many of Nutton's pirates have been allowed to return to Jambalaya?
Oh, only a handful. It's deucedly slow, re-educating them one at a time, you know. Luckily, I hear that Mr. Mandrill has some sort of secret plan to re-educate them all at once.
Why are you firing cannonballs at innocent pirates?
Mr. Threepwood, it is my experience that there are only two kinds of pirates. Those who are committing acts of wanton savagery, and those planning to commit acts of wanton savagery. If you allow groups of the latter to congregate for any length of time, they inevitably transform into mobs of the former.
What was that middle part again? Do you really fling cannonballs at any group of pirates you happen to spot?
Of course. It's the only way to stop their infernal plotting. Even now, I can hear them contemplating foul deeds against the good and wholesome citizens of Jambalaya.
Really? Oh, I can hear some seagulls. I think I'll just be on my merry way.
Good lad. Remember, I'm watching you.
Right, now we're getting on there. Let's move on to wenches.
Who are you?
I be Hellbeard, the unrepentant, the scourge of the seven seas.
Hellbeard. I think I've heard of you.
Yeah, of course you've heard of me. I'm the nastiest pirate in the world.
Wait a minute. Hellbeard the Unrepentant died over 80 years ago.
Do I look dead to you?
No, you look like a sock. If you're Hellbeard, where have you been for the past 80 years?
Look, over there.
Who are you?
I'm Hellbeard the Unrepentant, of course.
Why can I only talk to one of you at a time?
Because of that paranoid jerk, Admiral Casaba. Whenever he sees 3 or more pirates talking, he assumes they're plotting some sort of mischief, so he lobs a cannonball at them.
Can't he tell the difference between pirates and puppets?
I don't know if you've noticed, but Casaba's not too bright.
I thought the other puppet was Hellbeard.
He'd like to think that.
You're remarkably level-headed for a guy named Hellbeard.
80 years of living under the influence of the ultimate insult will do that.
Do you know anything about the ultimate insult?
If only I didn't. Many years ago, I was the last pirate to be exposed to the ultimate insult. In one fell swoop, its devastating jibes utterly destroyed my once indomitable ego.
Can I talk to your puppeteer?
I'd rather you didn't. We're trying to protect him.
Come on, let me talk to the puppeteer.
All right, but don't make any sudden moves.
I'll be as gentle as a baby dolphin. You must be Hellbeard.
If you say so, sir.
You don't look like a fearsome pirate to me.
Me? A fearsome pirate? You must be mistaken, sir. I wouldn't harm a fly.
But you're Hellbeard the Unrepentant. You sacked an entire archipelago with a rowboat and the jawbone of a bilge rat named Stinky.
Oh, dear. That sounds far too violent and adventurous for me.
Why do your puppets look like me and LeChuck?
Puppets? What puppets?
Wow, you are a basket case, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
I think I'll leave you alone.
Thank you, kind sir.
Could you help me find this?
What's that?
It's a picture of the ultimate insult.
The ultimate insult?
Hey, you forgot your puppets! Gee, guess that was just the kind of breakthrough he needed to mend his shattered psyche. I better put these away before Casaba flings a cannonball at me. Excuse me, ma'am.
What can I do for you, young man?
This is kind of a strange place for a school.
This isn't your average school, dearie. This is the Ozymandial Pirate Transmogrification Center.
Transmowhatification?
Transmogrification. We take barbaric, foul-smelling pirates, like yourself, and transform them into prim, productive, and polite members of the emerging consumer-based economy.
That's the most nefariously evil thing I've ever heard.
Oh, now, sweetie. Don't knock it till you've tried it.
Do you know anything about the ultimate insult?
What's that?
It's a powerful voodoo talisman that destroys people's egos.
Oh, my. We don't allow any voodoo paraphernalia in our classroom, young man. Mr. Mandrell feels that voodoo is a prime contributor to the pirate lifestyle.
Did you know that there's a crazy man cruising along your shore?
Do you mean that brave Admiral Casaba?
Brave?
He's single-handedly keeping the great unwashed pirate masses of Knutting Atoll from corrupting the paradise of Jambalaya Island.
He's a loon.
The most courageous men are always a little crazy, dearie.
I'm tired of being a slimy pirate. Sign me up.
Wonderful! Just go in and take a seat, and you'll soon be on your way to a brighter tomorrow. Good afternoon, class. My name is Miss Rivers, and I'd like to welcome you to Ozymandial's Pirate Transmogrification Academy, a wholly owned subsidiary of Ozymandial Enterprises. Just by walking in that door, you've already taken a courageous first step in a journey that will transform you from swashbuckling pirates into healthy, normal, and most of all, productive members of society. And why have you made this step?
Because we don't have a choice.
No, dear. You've come here because you're scum-sucking pirates who deserve to be dragged into the street and shot like the dogs you are!
Yikes.
Now then, for the next few hours, we'll be breaking down your antisocial pirate defense mechanisms and replacing them with more acceptable, marketable behavioral traits.
This could take a while. Why don't you come back later?
First, let's have a frank talk about pillaging.
And that's why keel hauling is bad.
Very nice, Yanya. Now, class, let's move along to your final exam. 3 questions that will account for 90% of your grade.
That doesn't seem fair.
Don't get smart with me, Sonny.
Sorry, ma'am.
Let's begin. Yanya?
Yes, ma'am.
A scruffy-looking stranger offers you a grog. What's your response?
I politely but firmly decline his offer.
Now then, Guybrush.
Yes, Miss Rivers?
Your tofu burger is delivered medium well, despite your explicit request for medium rare. How do you react?
I burn the restaurant to the ground and string the chef up by his kidneys.
Goodness gracious!
Miss Rivers, Guybrush is hampering my ability to learn.
Now, Mungo,
Yes?
what's in your mouth, young man?
Pirate spitting tobacco, ma'am.
Did you bring enough for everyone?
Actually, yes.
Well, that's hardly the point, young man. We don't allow pirate paraphernalia in this classroom. Hand it to me.
Sorry, ma'am.
Now then, Mungo.
Yes, ma'am?
You see a man accosting another with a sword. What do you do?
I run the attacker through with my trusty sword, Winnie.
Good. Okay, second question. Guybrush,
Yes?
your captain has plotted a course directly through the heart of the Devil's Triangle. How do you react?
I organize a mutiny among the crew, all the while deciding which ones I'll eat if the mutiny fails.
Mungo,
Yes'm?
while reading a book of poetry in the library, what appears to be a treasure map falls out of the book. What's your plan of action?
You make a copy for safekeeping?
Good. And Yanya,
Yes, Miss Rivers.
a member of the opposite sex rebuffs your advances. How do you cope?
I chalk it up as a learning experience and move on.
I see. Alrighty then, now for the third and final question. Mungo,
Yes, ma'am?
a stranger approaches you and asks for the time. How do you respond?
I don't know how to tell time.
I see. Now, Yanya,
Yes, ma'am.
while delivering Christmas toys to orphans on a nearby island, you notice a passing ship that's obviously taken on too much cargo. What do you do?
I hail the captain of the passing vessel and ask him if he needs any assistance.
Ah. And finally, Mr. Threepwood.
Yes?
After drinking too much grog, a friend of 20 years teases you about your haircut. What is your reaction?
I shave his belly with a rusty razor, all the while shouting, "I got your haircut right here, Spanky!"
Oh, no, that won't do.
Who's Spanky?
Miss Rivers, I think Guybrush needs a timeout.
Well, I've added up all your scores, and I must say that I'm very unhappy. Mungo, I'm afraid you didn't pass. Your heart's in the right place, dear, but your brain is somewhere cold and dark and covered with spiders.
Oh,
Ha!
Yanya, I'm flunking you, too.
Why? I got every answer right.
Yes, dear, but your attitude sucks.
This is horribly unfair.
So's life, sweetie. Get used to it. And then we have Guybrush. Guybrush, Guybrush, Guybrush. I've been teaching this course for months, and I can safely say that you're the single worst student I've ever met. I've picked lint out of my belly button with more learning potential than you. Now, in order to guarantee that you never darken my school's doorstep again, and to stigmatize you for the rest of your hopefully short life, I'm strapping this dunce cap to your stubborn pirate head in the hopes that humiliation will succeed where education failed. Now get out of my classroom and never return!
Yeah, I may be a dunce, but at least I'm a mighty pirate dunce. Never try this at home, boys and girls. False fire alarms cost lives.
Ah! Fire! Everyone run for your lives!
Mungle's chewing tobacco.
Gotcha! Thought you could pull a fast one on me, huh? Get out!
now I remember why I dropped out of school.
So that's when I sliced open his pancreas.
Hi there.
You idiot!
What do you think you're doing?
What's the matter?
He'll see us, you ignoramus!
I'm out of here!
Fire! You may want to move a couple of feet to your left.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome. Now go away so I can resume my discussion with the delightful Miss Daisy. Who are you, you annoying little miscreant?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. And you are?
Jumbo Lafeet, last of the Lafeet pirates.
Where'd that cannonball come from?
That dreadful Admiral Casaba person. Every time he sees 3 or more pirates talking, he thinks there's a conspiracy afoot. So he begins to lob cannonballs at us. If I weren't so comfortable here on the beach, I'd sail out there and give him a piece of my mind.
I forgot. Why does Casaba fire his cannons at you?
Because he's delusional and paranoid. Every time he sees 3 or more pirates talking, he thinks we're plotting an invasion of Jambalaya Island. So he starts firing his cannon.
Are you aware that you've got a pair of parrots on your shoulders?
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Was that sarcasm?
You know, I can't really tell anymore. In any event, these are, in fact, my parrots. I call them hugging and kissing.
You're joking. You're not joking. Which parrot's hugging and which one's kissing? I can't believe I just asked that.
I don't know. They're identical twins. It's too bad, too.
Why?
Because they're special parrots.
Special how? Do they sing light operas?
Of course not. But they are cursed with powerful voodoo magic.
How so?
One of them always tells the truth. The other one always lies. Isn't that right, fellas?
Yes, no.
Oh, if I knew which one was which, they would be tremendously useful. As it is, they're rather annoying.
You're awfully large.
Figured that one out all by yourself, did you?
I'm looking for the pieces of the ultimate insult.
What's that?
It's an ancient voodoo talisman of butt-numbingly incredible power.
Ooh, sounds dreadful.
Jumbo Lafeet. Any relation to Tiny Lafeet?
Tiny Lafeet was my father.
I'd like to talk some more about your father.
Okay.
Was he really called Tiny the Friendly Pirate?
No! My daddy was everything a real pirate should be. Violent, vulgar, psychotic. Pirates lined up for miles to spit on his grave.
If Tiny was such a great pirate, then what's with the Tiny the Friendly Pirate statue?
It's those soulless cretins at Ozymandial Enterprises. They're using my father's name and image as happy icons for their new family-friendly Jambalaya Island.
Those jerks. Are you sure you weren't adopted? After all, you're so big and Tiny was so... tiny.
You should have seen my mother.
She was a large woman, I take it?
She had a picture of Monkey Island tattooed on her butt.
So?
Actual size.
Ugh. What happened to Tiny's statue?
I happened to it.
Come again?
To lend a touch of authenticity to their precious statues, Mandrill's flunkies bronzed my father's captain's hat and welded it to the statue. Enraged by this sacrilege, I gathered some pirates and raided Jambalaya Island. Before anyone knew what happened, I rescued my father's chapeau, returned to Knutting Atoll, and buried my treasure.
Your father would have been proud of your piratey prowess.
Oh, thanks. Unfortunately, my raid inspired Mandrill to hire Casaba to patrol the waters of Knutting. Now, Knutting Atoll is nothing more than a prison for recalcitrant pirates who don't share Ozymandial's vision.
One pirate to another. Where did you bury your father's bronze hat?
I don't know.
What?
I know I buried it under a boulder along the beach. I just don't know which one.
If I find your father's hat, can I borrow it?
I don't know. Why do you want it?
I'm going to use it to crush Ozymandias like a bug.
Really? Oh, that's great! If you can find it, feel free to use it.
This is obviously a painful subject. Let's talk about something else.
Okay.
Don't get up. I'll see myself out.
Goodbye, little pirate.
Holy jumping monkeys, that's a lot of boulders. How am I ever gonna find the right one? Kinda sounds like a parrot. Two plus two?
98 skillion.
That must have been the lying parrot. Which way should I go to find Tiny's hat?
East.
Which way should I go to find Tiny's hat?
East.
Which way should I go to find Tiny's hat?
East.
Which way should I go to find Tiny's hat?
East.
Is Tiny Lafeet's hat buried under this rock?
No.
I know that parrot always tells the truth, so Tiny Lafeet's hat must not be here. Which way should I go to find Tiny's hat?
East.
Is Tiny Lafeet's hat buried under this rock?
No.
I know that parrot always tells the truth, so Tiny Lafeet's hat must not be here. Which way should I go to find Tiny's hat?
East.
Is Tiny Lafeet's hat buried under this rock?
No.
I know that that parrot always tells the truth, so Tiny Lafeet's hat must not be here. Which way should I go to find Tiny's hat?
East.
Is Tiny Lafeet's hat buried under this rock?
Yes.
I know that that parrot always tells the truth, so Tiny Lafeet's hat must be buried under this rock. I guess the parrot's lost interest.